We're good. Going live? We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, help us fight cancer. We're going to give you the best trading motivational speech ever and why Amazon actually must go down. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a special edition of the Newsbeat Show. Today we are going to be fighting cancer, and we're trying to meet our goal of $2,500. There's a link in the description. We have a room member who is biking 100 miles. It is a tax deductible. If you are interested, it will be at the end in a link within the description of this video. So first we're going to talk just a little bit about Amazon, something that I saw on the chart that turned me off, some statistical frequency that I saw on the chart that basically made me want to move on with it. And I'm going to share exactly what that was for you. And that was using the charts I normally use here, you wouldn't see them, but check this out. Check this out right over here. So I was looking at a daily, and I'm using a simple Bollinger Band. And I saw the stock, bumping into this Bollinger Band. I mean, we were able to call we called a very good top right here in Amazon over these 2 days. Very accurate. But something happened. Now, if you'll notice what these Bollinger's bands are, try to look past all the crazy lines. I know I use a lot of crazy lines, and we're going to share with you algo levels tonight afterwards. But if you actually go ahead and you look at the top end of the range here, I want to show you something magical that's been happening. So I did it by eye. It's something that is definitely worth a back test on your own, of course, with your own due diligence, but I could just show you the due diligence I did and how I came out with this conclusion. And what you see right here on Thursday is this big red bar with lowering volume jutting over the first red bar we've seen in Amazon. The first red bar we have seen in Amazon ever since it broke the top end of this daily Bollinger Band. You know what? I am going to just delete this. We have a lot of good trend lines. I could draw them again. It's okay. I just want you to focus in on these trend lines over here. These Bollinger Bands, not the trend lines. And what you could see is the first red bar that closed over the Bollinger Band. I want to show you the last time that happened was right over here on April 29th. And you ended up falling. And the last time you put a red bar was right over here on March 22nd. And you ended up falling. By falling, now how do you define falling? I define falling as breaking that red bar that was put in the future. So when you're looking at this chart, the question to ask is that's all charts really are. Charts will always be the same. Anyone can see that Bollinger Band, but is somebody asking the right question, trying to get that reason? And I believe I am asking the right question, and leave a comment on Facebook or YouTube. Let me know if you agree with that. And what you could see right here is a red bar. Close after the Bollinger Band upper end hit, it put in a red bar, and it didn't break the red bar. In English, I feel that Amazon needs to break 1995.30 in the future. That is exactly what I'm saying, because every time you have put this red bar in the past on this chart, you ended up breaking the low of that red bar. Right over here, you even did it, but it took a crazy earnings day to shoot it down, and it still came down and broke it, even by $1.16 right there. Granted, you don't have to play it into earnings. And here's another red bar in which whom's low broke. Here's another red bar that jutted over, whose low broke. Where's the last time it hit afterwards? Did it hit right there? It's hard to see. It was very close. Nope, missed it there, but barely. Okay, right over here. On September 5th, 2018, it broke. Right over here. where you right over here, right over here, right over here. Look at that. Plots down, broke every red bar, just took a few days. Red bar over here, plots down. Had to break the low of the candle, some deeper than others. Granted. Right over here. I'm not cherry picking. I'm going every single time that I can on this daily chart of Amazon and show you what happened. Right over here, you put in a daily red, you had to break down. Right over here, you put in a daily red, had to break down. Right over here, you put a daily red bar, had to break down. That's March 13, 2018. Right over here, you put in a red bar, had to break down. Right over here, red bar, had to break the prior day's low, which you did. Over here, you did. Now again, some deeper than others. Over here, you did. Over here, you did. Every time you have a red bar over the Bollinger Band or after touching and closing red, you have to break that low. Right over here, November 27, broke the low. Right over here, red bar, October 31st, had to break the low. Right over here, had to break the low. Right over here, had to break the low. That's as far as my Bollinger Bands go. I'm sure I could use other charts to go further. The point being, red over here, what didn't happen yet? What I am saying is I'm not saying Amazon's not can't go higher. I am saying that if history repeats itself like it did every single time in the past, Amazon is going to have to inevitably break the low right here of July 11th, and that is the reason why I ended up passing on Amazon today. So I hope you enjoyed that value. Again, I thought it was a very good look, and I want to point out something else for those who like to swing longer. Look at the weeklies. Weekly red, have to go red. Weekly red, have to break down. Weekly red, have to break down. Weekly red, took 3 weeks to break down. Volatile week. $200 spread, but had to come in within those few weeks. Does it work smooth right away every time? No, but you see every situation you could be in when you start hitting these red bars. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. This one, not so gorgeous. This one right over here, if you shorted here, it would have taken you, considering you probably lost money, I would just consider that a fail. But you have to realize how big these ranges are. Excuse me, this is 1080 all the way down to like 931, 150 point range. Point is, it works on the weekly too, and this one, it works pretty consistently here too. And I could go back on this to 2009. So what I'm saying is, yeah, we had trend lines that lined up, and if this is going to be another tool to use in order to decide to go, longer short Amazon, for me, I would rather be short than long here, and that is why I ended up ignoring it. And then I'll show you what we call it later as well as our algo levels. But how about a little free trading motivational speech, especially in a market like this? There wasn't much going on here today. What did we do? A little better than a triple on our Shopify. How many of you guys are still holding Shopify up 400%? You animals. You're up 400%. Yeah. You guys, wow. I was like 300. Woohoo! Bye-bye. Motivational messages for traders. I'm going to make this quick, and I want to know if you guys enjoyed it. And if you enjoy it, maybe I'll do it again. Just remember at the end of this video, if you do enjoy this video, even $1 helps to achieve the goal. We have one of our traders in our room biking 100 miles. Oh my goodness, for this cause. So your donations and charity mean a lot to us, and thank you for considering it. You know, it's kind of funny how there are so many motivational speakers out there and whatnot, but I think motivational speaking really has to just come from the heart and a culmination of everything that you have experienced in life and how you've overcome it. That ultimately, to me, is what a motivational speech should be and should sound like. So, for those traders out there who are wishing to achieve greatness, you have to put yourself in the best position possible. Look at some of these basketball players. Look at some of these NBA players. They're working out, they're eating healthy, they're doing smart things. Most of them are not up partying late at night. They are, managing their time intelligently, effectively, a solid work ethic. If you could get on that program, it is important in trading too. Those who seek to achieve greatness never seek for permissions. You have to really follow what your heart states. I know it sounds kind of cliche, and maybe it is, but always remember that it is impossible to change your past, but you could, at any point that you want, design your future. And that is one of the key things with trading is you meet all sorts of traders. Like even on the phone last week, you could talk to somebody who, you know, is making, tons of money doing what we're doing, takes accounts 100,000 to 300,000, and they keep building and building in their stories. And then my favorite stories is somebody who was really in a bad situation and came back. You want to know the difference between a trader who takes $100,000 account and brings it to 500,000 and has that account drop to 400,000. You know how that trader feels? Horrible, awful, disgusted, upset. How did they lose $100,000? Now, many of you might say he's up a few $100,000. He should feel great. You want to know who feels great? The trader who had the $500,000 account, dragged it down to 10 or 15, and then brought it back up to 50,000. That trader feels like $1,000,000. That trader will swear by every loss that he has ever taken along the way and say that he's happy of where it got him today. That is the difference. You might not be able to change your past. We don't all have the Back to the Future car, but you could certainly design your future as a trader at any time. So when traders talk about things and FOMO and this and that, I say don't worry about your past. Just think about your future. In life, it's never about the tear, it's about the smile. You should be smiling, having a good time when you're trading. You need as much positivity around you to be successful. 3 mantras: be determined, be patient, and never compromise in hard work. And if you do those things, you will be successful in life, in any business you go into, especially the hardest one on the planet to master, with the highest ceiling for profitability, being a trader. There is no reason why somebody cannot become one of the richest people in the world as a trader. I mean, when you look at the wealthiest people in the world, what do they all share in common? They all own stock. You realize that? Wealthiest people in the world aren't sitting on mountains of $100 bills. They're literally just owners of companies. Oh, who's the richest person? I don't know. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, people. That's how they talk because that's where the money is in the market. And I'll tell this to everybody, even as somebody running a trading room here at T3. I will say, don't look for someone who can solve your problems. Instead, I want you to go and stand in front of the mirror. Look straight into your eyes. It's not an easy thing. And you will see the best person on earth who can solve all your problems. Always trust yourself. You will be right. Trust somebody who's going to tell you to trust yourself first and foremost. Time waits for no one. You realize that when you have kids. Like all of a sudden, he was just a baby yesterday. It's years later. And you are like, wow, never waste your time. Utilize each and every moment of your day, and you will inevitably be a successful trader. That's what it ultimately is. What? You don't think Mark Melnick would like a whiskey, a beer, a Coke, a soda, uh, anything? I'm drinking water. Doing what's best for you means conquering your urges. If you do these things, good things are going to happen to you. Success is not quitting and forgetting. Instead, success is actually about what you've been doing all along. You've been trying again and again. Don't blame others for making you feel inferior. Nobody can really do this without your own consent. Once your inner self is strong as a trader, once you actually build this part, nobody will actually dare go next to you in your ego or whatever you're doing as a trader. You need this powerful mindset. The powerful mindset doesn't come from anything else but knowing that you are a better version of you. You could be a better version. Your name is Joe. You could be a better Joe than you are now. You could take that same Joe and make him better. This sort of talk is just trying to build you to the point where you understand why certain things happen in the market, when to let go, when to not slam the gas pedal, just like we were doing today, not slamming the gas pedal. Yes, is there money to be made? Can I talk about trades we caught? Can I talk about calling the dead bottom range of Shopify on Friday, buying there, holding into today? I mean, we could talk about that, but that's not going to bring you the value of really understanding that you need to get to that next level as a trader by improving yourself. And especially for those who I did a 6.5 hour class. I don't know what the edited time will be, but I did a straightforward 6.5 hour class with you guys on Sunday. And I realized how life-changing it was for me just to be able to go back and actually think about what I do on a level like that. And I've always felt blessed to be in a community of really good people and good traders. So with that being said, I'm going to share my algo levels with you guys right over here. Those are the levels for tomorrow, July 16th. Copy them down. When resistance hits, I generally go short. If support hits, I generally go long. So let me ask you if you agree. Do you agree that Amazon has to break this level over here, this 1995.30? Do you agree with that? Do you think I should have gone with Amazon anyway because it's a Prime Day and everybody is going to buy into it? I'll tell you, I went on the website. I wanted to buy something. I'm like, come on, I have to buy something. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't find one thing that I actually wanted to buy. Maybe that's a blessing in life. I mean, I was looking for things like diapers and, silly stuff like that. What am I? Baby supplies, right? I actually wanted to do something cool, so I was looking for like pacifiers to put in the freezer to give a kid like a frozen pacifier when they're teething, they have something cold to bite into. Um, I couldn't find anything. But let me know if you agree, if you would have ignored Amazon. Let me know if you like going over Bollinger Bands and the fact that the top turns red means you have to break that level in the near term future. Let me know if you found that intriguing, even if Amazon decides to go up after that happens. Thank you so much for considering donating this Ride for Cancer. It's right over here, just to show you what the web page looks like. And you could even like, even if you're not in the position to donate, first of all, every dollar helps, but if you're not in the position to donate, just literally share this on Facebook or Twitter. 95% of Americans know someone or is directly stricken with cancer. Let's help Eric obliterate cancer. And he's going to be riding 100 miles, and he has a 100-mile route to bike. I mean, that is, I can't even imagine doing that. 100 miles on a bike. Wow, it's quite the endurance. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the Newsbeat show. Happy trading, make money, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.